Welcome to the bucket, y'all. As y'all may or may not know or care, the 2024 Jeff Keighley Game Awards are coming up here in a couple of weeks on December the 9th. And like so many other people across the internet, wondering what's going to happen. So I've made a bingo card, the official Bucket of Owls Game Award Big No card. We're going to go through it. What I think is going to happen, some of this is what I want to happen, some stuff that I think would just be funny if it happened. Let's get started. First off, we are going with Clowning on Concord. I feel like this could have been the free space, right? There's nothing gamers love more than like a punching bag, and Concord was this year's like main character. And I think Keighley will allow this because he seems to care more about the actual games than the people who actually make them. So this seems like the kind of thing that's going to get some punches thrown at it during the Game Awards. Let's see here. Marvel vs. Capcom Collection wins Best Fighting Game because they clearly don't know what to do with this category. They put Sifu in it, I think last year or the year before, something like that. Also, it's just the funniest thing that would happen. All right. Flute Guy! Everybody loves Flute Guy. If you don't know who Flute Guy is a cool guy who plays a flute and a billion other cool instruments, and he's always shows up at the Game Awards during the admittedly really good music section. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll get to see Flute Guy again this year. All right, and then a heartfelt speech played off. The infamous "Wrap it up, please." Poor Christopher Judge and everybody else that had to, Larian Studios that had to deal with this. So hopefully they'll just let these people talk, because they are the backbone of the industry, the developers and artists and creatives who go into making these games. And hopefully Keighley will have learned his lesson, the memes will have sunk into his cold, dead little heart, and he'll just let them talk. And then rounding out the B column, we've got over 10 minutes of Kojima, which I think is a given. Given the length of Death Stranding 2 trailers, I think one was like 12 minutes, or something like that. And then B, given Keighley's, dick riding of Kojima, as it were. Loves that man. So he desperately wants to be his best friend. So I think 10 minutes of Kojima is pretty safe. Starting in the I column. Awkward celebrity appearance. Another one that could have been the free space, admittedly. But this always happens every year. So from Keanu Reeves to, whoever else. Whoever's big is going to show up. Vin Diesel, I think, was one year. So let's move on. The audience genuinely boos something. I don't know if this will actually happen, but I think it'd be really funny. I think it'd be really funny if the audience just genuinely booed something that happened up on stage. And not like those fake boos that were like, oh yeah, we really hate microtransactions, and everybody goes boo, and just sort of plays along. No, none of that. Actually pissing off the audience. Alright, next one. Ninja Turtles is getting a Last Ronin video game. We haven't seen trailers or screenshots or anything. It just got announced. I don't think it's going to happen. I would love it to happen, because I would like to see what they're going to do with this and what kind of game they're going to make. So, yeah, I've got the trailer for it on my I column. And then, the 7 Rebirth wins all but Game of the Year. I feel like this is the sort of thing that's going to happen because, if I remember right, when Elden Ring won Game of the Year, it was like, what was it, God of War Ragnarok, I want to say, was also the other big game up in a lot of categories. And that won a bunch of stuff and then didn't win Game of the Year. Or it was the other way around. Usually they'll give like one game of the year and then the other big competing game for Game of the Year a bunch of the other awards like direction and cinematography and all that other stuff. So I think that's going to happen for 7 Rebirth because I think the FromSoft glazing, well, I don't know about glazing, they totally deserve it, right? Because FromSoft is incredible. But the announcement of Shadow of the Erdtree being allowed to be a DLC in the Game of the Year category, I think everybody kind of sees the writing on the wall there. And but sort of to balance it out to the 7 Remake fans, which I am not one of, to be clear, will be happy about that. All right, last in the I column, gacha game announced. This is one arm of the gaming industry that just seems to keep growing and growing. And I think a couple years ago, there was the Honkers Space Train game got announced at the Game Awards. Something like that. Maybe it was Zenless Zone Zero. I don't know. It'll be another slot machine with tits. That's what gacha games are. I'm sorry to burst your bubble. That's what they are. And we'll get another one at the Game Awards, I think. All right, typos. If y'all have seen any of the like official material coming out of the Game Awards stuff, like tweets and posts and stuff on their website, there's like typos everywhere. So I'm just sort of expecting them to be in the like show material. So like it'll be like best Gaiam award, you know. I think it would be funny. So I'm hoping there's a bunch of typos. All right, next. Voice actor says something wild. This does happen. Voice actors are always spoiling shit. They don't care. So I imagine one of them will get on a microphone and say something crazy, and it'll be hilarious. And we will all love it. Free space. Overinflated sense of importance. There was a lot of stuff that could have gone on the free space, but I think the Game Awards, their iconography, their the importance with which Keighley treats them, which is for what is essentially a 2.5 hour advertisement show with some semblance of, you know, class or culture thrown in there as an award show. People are here for the trailers. So I think this is just a given, especially given every other year this has happened. This is always like one of the main conceits of the show, is an overinflated sense of importance. All right, a collection announced. Konami has been kind of killing it with collections. A lot of other publishers and stuff have been putting out collections. I think collections are great. They are not game preservation per se, but it is sort of in that nebula of a ballpark, of an area, of a zone. So I think we will get another collection announced, if not like another trailer for the Marvel versus SNK, no, not Marvel, Capcom versus SNK Fighting Collection, or Capcom Fighting Collection 2. The one that's Power Stone in. All right, rounding out the end column. Balatro eating time jokes. Balatro is up for Game of the Year. It would be funny if it won it. I don't think it will, but it should, even though I haven't played it. It's made by one guy. Give him the award. Just give him the award. But everybody jokes about how Balatro will eat time out of your day and your week and your life. So I think it is a no-brainer that people are going to be chuckling about that up on stage. And we are rocketing through these. You're welcome. G column. Death Stranding 2 release date. I think this is a given. Given the relationship between Kojima and Keighley, it was debuted at the Game Awards, so there's this, you know, it'll get the release date at the Game Awards. No GTA 6 trailer. I know a lot of people want another GTA 6 trailer. That is not how Rockstar works. We got one last year, and then we'll get one 2 years from now when they announce the delay, and then the game will come out in 2030. What's gonna happen? Another remake announced. This is the other arm of the games industry that is that keeps expanding for better or worse. I don't know how I feel about the remake trend. Some stuff is amazing, some stuff is super not necessary. But it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. We're gonna get another remake of something. I don't know what, but we're gonna get it. Helldivers 2 is up. Well, Helldivers 2 is up for 4 categories. I think it's only gonna win community support because that's the funniest thing that could happen. Because of like how antagonistic that fan base has been towards the devs, and then turned around when they do something they like, and be like it's the swingiest fan base I've ever seen, from going from like absolute adulation and amelioration to full-on crybaby bitch fit. So I think it'd be funny if it won. The only award it won was the community support. All right, final of the G column. Someone drunk gets on the mic. I think this is a given. If I was at the Game Awards, I would be getting blasted. And if somebody shoved a microphone in my face, I would go on about how capitalism is ruining the games industry. And I would be right. So, maybe somebody will do that. Who was it a couple years ago that got on the mic? Was it, oh, it was, the Assassin's Creed lady. What's her name? Blah, 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 blah. Jade? Something Jade? She was like hammered on the mic, and she was talking some mad shit, and it was great. So maybe someone gets drunk on mic, and what was the other thing? VA says something wild. Maybe those will be the same moment. That would be amazing. I'd get a kick out of that. All right, final column. Let's do this. 01. Shadow of the Erd Tree wins Game of the Year. Could have been the free space. I think we all see it coming. Security breach. Ever since that one dipshit kid got up on the stage, again during Elden Ring, when they won Game of the Year, and started saying something about Bill Clinton, like, and then it happened again, like in Europe, at the what was it, opening night live. Somebody else got up on stage. I don't think it's gonna happen. I think they've gotten their ducks in a row on that, at least, but it might happen. It'd be funny. So it's on the bingo card. A Fallout show getting snubbed. I don't want it to happen. I think it should win this award, because the Fallout show was really, really good, and Riot doesn't deserve to win awards for anything because they're a trash company. But I think it could happen due to recency bias, because Arcane Season 2 is up there. I don't care how good it is. I'm not gonna watch it. Don't give a shit. But Fallout show, I think it could get snubbed. I think it could happen. All right, we're almost done. Cringe VTuber moment, or segment. I could have just put VTuber segment because I think VTubers are pretty cringe, generally speaking. But I think this is pretty likely, like, because there's already the one of them's up for best community person or whatever. There's like an anime girl. So I think this one is already a given. I think she might win because the sort of thing is popular right now, and I think the people voting on it think it would be funny. So we will get a cringe VTuber award acceptance speech. I almost forgot what the phrase was. All right, final item on the Bucket of Owls official Game Awards Big No Crad is no mention of layoffs. Like I said earlier, I don't think Keighley cares as much about the developers of games as the games themselves, and about making himself and his award shows seem like a legitimate event. So and he doesn't want to piss off anybody in the industry, or anybody powerful, I should say, in the industry. So I don't think there's going to be any mention of layoffs, at least from him. Right? I should have put an asterisk on this because I think somebody else could get up on the microphone and talk about this, but it's not going to be Keighley. It's not going to be official from the show in any capacity, you know. Anyways, 25 items. That's my big no card. If you think I'm full of shit, or if you think I'm right on the money, or somewhere in between, let me know in the comments. We can debate that. If you want to make your own official Bucket of Owls Game Awards Big No card, I will put a link to the blank template in the description. So I'm very curious to see what other people's takes are going to be for Jeff Keighley's big award show that is mostly advertisements for upcoming games. So, all right, well, thanks for joining me here in the bucket, and I will see you next time that I see you. Adios. Bye. Bye.